Hey guys, he's Mike,
He's Matt.
and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be doing a film review on a film called Us by Jordan Peele. So do you want to kick us off with the plot then, Mike?
Yes. So when a family's vacation gets disrupted by another family, um, mysterious things start to happen. The biggest mysterious thing being that the family looks exactly like them. Just to forewarn you guys, it's very hard to talk about this film without
including spoilers. So this will be a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen the film, we advise you go see it now and come back and watch us after.
Or don't if
Or
you don't care
if you
about
don't care, yeah.
if you don't care about spoilers.
We
Fine.
can't force you, but
No. So this is the second film directed by Jordan Peele. His first one, obviously, Get Out, which was a huge success,
and which you've seen, and I haven't.
No, seriously, I thought it was a great film, very good social commentary. I thought, just a great horror film overall, really. So when, of course, I heard that he was doing another one, I thought, oh, he's really kind of cemented himself, because Jordan Peele's a guy who's known for doing more sort of comical stuff.
Yeah.
But he seems to have a knack with directing horror movies now.
That's it.
So does Us live up to the hype of Get Out? Well, let's find out. So the pros, biggest pro I can give this film is Lupita Nyong'o's performance.
Definitely, she was incredible in this one.
Considering she's technically playing two different people, I thought it was a very good performance. And if she doesn't get an Oscar,
she definitely deserves an Oscar nomination for this role. Yeah,
all the characters were good though.
The fact is, all of them have to play two different sides of themselves, don't they? And I think it's reacting to sort of their own reactions. It's got to be the weirdest thing.
And acting is reacting, basically.
But reacting to yourself, I think, playing a different role,
yeah,
it's got to be quite difficult. And to get it perfect, it must take a lot of work.
Definitely. And you got Winston Duke, who plays her husband, who you may recognise him from Black Panther. He plays in Baku.
That's it.
I was like, I recognise him. But yeah, he was good. He's not the comic relief, but he does have some comical moments.
Yeah, it seems to fit in quite well with the character he portrays in this.
Definitely. Which I think brings us to a point where this will divide a lot of people, is the humour. Some people will think it's great at relieving tension, it's used very wisely. Some people will think it ruins the film. I'm the first lot. I think it was used very well.
We're quite big fans of humour in horror films, aren't we?
I think it was used very well. It wasn't like to a point where you're rolling your eyes and going, oh, God, really, why are you cracking a joke? I think it was used very well.
The point of humour in horror films is it contrasts with the horror itself, isn't it? It lightens the mood, and then you have the horror to suddenly contrast against it, and it makes it seem that much better.
Exactly. So what else have we got? It's been compared a lot to The Shining.
Yes.
In that term, that sort of the cinematography and the images that Jordan Peele captures is is he the next Stanley Kubrick?
Who knows? We'll have to see where he goes.
Definitely, I think he's going on the right track.
He's definitely got it in him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got something interesting, good story to tell. He's got an interesting,
good ideas he comes up with.
Yes, definitely. There was the pacing was very good.
Yeah, it started off, we thought it was going to be sort of one of those slow sort of to get into, didn't we? And we were quite relieved when it did pick up.
Because the film starts off with Lupita Nyong'o's character, Adelaide, as a little girl, and she's at the fun fair, and she wanders off on her own, and she enters a hall of mirrors, abandoned
Shaman's Forest, I think it was called, or Shaman's Forest.
Something like that. And she comes across another little girl who looks exactly like her, and she's like, and then it cuts away. And then it cuts to 30 years later, and her whole backstory between then and now is she's been traumatised.
She's suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and she was basically trying to get back into her life as far as we knew.
I mean, her parents took her to dancing lessons, they tried everything, and from what it seems like 30 years on, she seems to have put her life back together. I mean, she's married, she's got kids now, so yeah, she seems to have reverted back to her
normal self.
But again, that was one of the things where it started off, and I thought, is this going to be one of those films that takes forever to get going? But trust me, when the other family show up and they invade the home, it just then on it doesn't stop
constantly from that point forward.
And there's also another family in this, Tyler family.
Tyler family. I think it's the Tyler family. Yeah.
And then you later find out that they've also got doppelgangers, and you're going, okay, so it's not just that family.
It's not just
there's more doppelgangers. When then it comes down to this, we're fast forwarding a bit here, but it comes down to, in the third act, doppelganger Adelaide kidnaps the real Adelaide's son, and the real Adelaide has to go after her. Yeah. She goes into the Hall of Mirrors to face her fears, and she finds a little door, and it leads to this underground sort
escalator. But
yeah, there's this underground sort of network with all these rabbits sort of wandering around, and it's very strange.
It did mention at the beginning of the film, doesn't it? It comes up with there's hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnels under the United States of America, so this is obviously where they were going with this.
Definitely. And real Adelaide catches up with doppelganger Adelaide, and this is the part in the film where they just this is really an exposition scene.
I think this was a bit of a, I don't know if it was a bit of an afterthought where they suddenly thought
we need to explain.
It was a bit, yeah. I think they suddenly realised they'd left a lot of people in the dark about what was going on, and this whole scene was sort of added in to say this is what was happening and why it's happening, essentially.
I think so. Basically, the when it boils down to it, the government has cloned people, but they've cloned the body, not the soul. So the clones live underground, and whatever the real people do on the surface, the
mimicked by those below. So we were shown a scene of the fun fair back when she was young, weren't we? And but people on like roller coasters and that, they down below, they were also being like thrown about and stuff like that, and they couldn't stop it or help it.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's of course how they both meet each other. You know, how the little girl, the real version of Adelaide, and the doppelganger Adelaide, that's how they first meet. That's what you see at the beginning. So cut back to, adult versions of Adelaide. When she's told her the plan, they have this strange choreographed fight, because obviously Adelaide took ballet, which means doppelganger Adelaide also did ballet.
Yeah.
And there's this really great intense fight where you're kind of rooting for Adelaide. You're like, go on, just come on. And then she finally does triumph, kills doppelganger Adelaide, finds Jason, her son, and it's like everything's going to be okay. And they kind of drive off, and you think something doesn't feel right.
Too clean, too clean cut and too perfect.
Now this is where it's really going to divide people, is the twist.
Now, we're on the side that we didn't really see this coming.
No, we were one of the few people who didn't see it coming until a nanosecond after it happened, or before it happened.
I don't know if that makes us a bit oblivious.
I don't know. I feel like a complete idiot. People going, "Oh, I saw it coming from a mile away."
I still think it's quite a clever twist. Yeah, though. It is a good twist.
We should probably explain what it is.
We should probably explain the twist, shouldn't we?
So basically, they drive off. Everything seems fine, and then you get a flashback of her as a little girl when she met the doppelganger Adelaide, and you find out that doppelganger Adelaide choked the real Adelaide, dragged her down to the facility, chained her up to a bed, stole her Thriller t-shirt that she just won at the fair, went up to the service and took her place.
And that's, yeah.
So basically,
the entire movie, you've been rooting essentially for.
You've been following
Adelaide.
So the Adelaide you've been rooting for is doppelganger Adelaide, and who you thought was doppelganger Adelaide is the real Adelaide. Going on some, I'm guessing, a revenge mission of some. Because she technically stole her life.
That's it, yeah. It must be trying to retake. Which she does say at one point she wants to retake the position.
Which she does kind of explain to her in the exposition scene that she kind of got all of the doppelgangers to rally together to come to the surface, kill all the real people, and do something which was a big thing in America in the 80s called Hands Across America, where it's foreshadowed right at the beginning.
That's it, on the TV show, isn't it?
Yeah, where they all kind of stand in line and hold hands, which I thought was interesting.
Which obviously the last thing she remembers sort of from the surface, I suppose, or something.
But yeah, that is a twist. Now,
I do like how the twist ties in with, because we do see that post-traumatic stress disorder isn't then because she's been traumatized. It's because she isn't the real Adelaide, so she doesn't know how to speak.
So she's learning.
So she's learning and that. And then I do like as well, because she's the only one, the doppelganger, who we think is doppelganger Adelaide, is the only one who actually speaks.
Which should have been a massive giveaway.
Should have been a big giveaway.
She's the only one who can actually.
Whereas the others just make animals.
They just make noises.
And that. Yeah. So it does tie in quite nicely, I think.
So yeah, it was one of those. This does lead on to our cons. Even though I do like the twist, I do think there were too many plot holes. I'm assuming she got free of the handcuffs at some point. I'm like, why didn't she just go back to the surface?
Up the unguarded escalator and back to the surface.
It's not like there's loads of locked doors.
Well, no, it's just completely open as far as we can tell, isn't it? So it's
very bizarre.
We do have this for Corey about one of the major plot holes is the mimicking, isn't it?
So we got Jason, who's the son, who obviously he has his own doppelganger, who's got a mask on because his face is burnt, and he finds out that if he does something, the doppelganger will mimic him, which leads on to something later on where the doppelganger Jason is about to burn the family alive with a match. And then the real Jason goes, hang on a minute, and goes like that and starts to walk backwards. And the doppelganger mimics him.
Into the fire
and he walks into the fire and burns himself. And I'm going, why is that?
This seems like a plot device that only seems to work when
it's called for.
Yeah, it's like they suddenly forget about it, and then halfway through think, oh wait, we can do this.
Yeah.
But they never explain why it still works for him and how they broke out of it in the first place.
I think it's strange how it only works for him. It doesn't seem to work for the dad or the sister, or.
But I don't know if that's what meant to happen, or is that sort of a bit of an oversight, maybe, or maybe they couldn't figure out how to explain it, so they never did. I'm not sure, but
maybe. Anyway, overall, I thought Us was a really good film, and again, it was one of those films that for a long time I found it genuinely disturbing and creepy. I mean, when you first meet Doppelganger Adelaide and she comes in with the "Once upon a time,"
that was quite. Yeah.
I was like, shit. That was pretty terrifying. But yeah, definitely. So big up to Jordan Peele for actually making a horror film that is disturbing. So is it better than Get Out? I think Get Out is more rewatchable. I think I would watch Us again, but I'd leave it a while.
I think it'd be quite interesting rewatching Us, knowing that you're watching Doppelganger.
Yeah, because you watched it from different perspectives.
I have a feeling I'd sort of root for
the other one,
the real Adelaide, who now looks like the Doppelganger.
Yeah,
and it'd be quite an interesting movie to watch from that perspective, I think.
Definitely. So to go with the rating, I'm going to have to say, even though it is teetering on add to collection or whether I'd watch it again or not, but I would say definitely add to your collection. Definitely. So, did you guys enjoy Us? Did you think this was a great follow-up effort from Jordan Peele, or did you think that no, Get Out is his masterpiece and this really didn't live up to the hype? Please let us know in the comments below.
And remember, if you liked us, to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
That's it.